Hello, viewers. Welcome back to our third and final episode through the journey. We have a very special guest, a lawyer, a mother, a farmer, a social worker, and very many other accolades. Alice Nayebare, she's told us a journey that most of us would not envy, but yet it's a journey that she's found her purpose. It's a journey that she has been aligned to the true north of how she should walk. If you've missed any of this, please make sure you check out in our playlist under this title, that you will find out how it all began. She's been in prison. She's learned a lot of things while in there. It really affected her career path. But what is the biggest harvest out of it is that she met God, and God redirected her, realigned her, and here we are. So in the last episode, we talked about those experiences when God is speaking to you at your lowest, and yet he lifts you up and says, you are here because there are so many other lives that are going to depend on your story. So we are here in our final part, and you're going to hear much about Kinsman Redeemer, a person who's going to uplift others. Some of you have heard of it. Some of you ran away from that title, even when God has really convicted you that you're going to be a Kinsman Redeemer. And I also know it's not a title that you're going to put on your resume, but it's actually responsibility. It's responsibility that you, with the knowledge that you have, with the gifts that you have, with the experience that you have, and also your personality, you are going to be the vessel through which all the other people in your family, in your clan, are going to count on. And that's our journey as we go ahead with Alice. Now, Alice, Kinsman Redeemer, in your own words, what do you understand by the term Kinsman Redeemer?
Thank you, Pastor Anthony, once again. Before I touch that, there is a small correction I want to make.
Okay, please, no problem.
Actually, two corrections. Number one, it was not me alone and my brother that were arrested.
Okay.
9 of us from the same family, including our mom
Yes.
and our workers.
Yes.
And then correction number 2, my career was affected during the time I was in prison. When I came out, to me, I think I experienced an explosion of career restoration.
Oh,
Yes.
sounds positive, sounds negative.
Positive.
Explosion to...
I was restored. And I remember my first job after prison, my first formal job. Because the rest I was doing casual, I even hooked bed sheets, I did things to survive.
You were a
But
hawker at a point.
yes, at one point I hooked.
Oh my.
But I remember my first job, someone reached out to me and said, send your CV.
Okay.
That job was not advertised, I was just basically headhunted. And I was given a job. I determined the day of interview, what time, how it should be conducted, and determined my own salary.
Oh.
Then from that job, after 2 years, I was able to join the UN again. After that, I got another job, which I have been doing at a global level. And the proceeds from those 3 jobs have really done great wonders in my life. They are responsible for the farm.
The farm dream.
The farm dream.
I've visited that farm, I
Yes.
should say, as a host of this program. I needed to
Yes.
do my due diligence. Okay.
I was
Yeah.
able to acquire a big chunk of land, and we are doing amazing work on it.
stuff.
I believe God that in the next 5 years it will be a different. Yeah.
It's
So
over 100 acres.
yes,
I visited it. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Good to put it in context, because someone say, oh, now what is your life like after all of this? Would you ever come back? It's very good that you brought that, so that people understand that if God has said, I'm going to do this, if you do that, He's very true to His word.
Now going back to your question of who,
Kinsman Redeemer.
yes, from experience and from my relationship with the Lord, I have come to realize that in every family, God puts a person He counts on to do His work. Every family.
Every family, religious or not.
Yes.
Born again or there is a person.
There is a person who you would, maybe to loosely use this word, who you would call a point of contact.
Point of contact.
For God to move. Who God counts on to move things. And I have come to realize that it is that point of contact that takes to God, that becomes a home priest, a family priest, and takes to God issues that touch the family and brings back the answers from God concerning the family.
It doesn't have to be a firstborn, it doesn't have to be a reverend or a pastor, but God can pick.
God can pick anyone. And I believe that with me it started when I was young and foolish, if I'm to use that word for lack of a better word. Yes, I walked with the Lord since 1991, but I did not understand how I was supposed to play that role. Remember in our first segment I indicated how God did with me a lot of first things in the family. Every door I opened, others behind me would enter through, and yet before it was not there. So every door I entered through, others would go through. And every door I struggled with, many others did not succeed with it. And so I discovered that later as I started growing in the Lord, I discovered that my role was to be a Kinsman Redeemer, as a
point of contact.
Yes, a point of contact, a Moses of your family, the one who hears God on behalf of your family and brings God's counsel to the family and intervention, and who deals with things that many others find hard to deal with. And in terms of a journey, a Kinsman Redeemer's journey, I have found it not to be glamorous. It's not an easy one. It's a journey that calls for restoration, repair, healing, and generational alignment.
So it's not glamorous.
It's not glamorous. It is a lonely journey, because you're called to operate where others are not operating. And actually you can even easily be resented, isolated.
Yes. So you are deranged.
You are deranged. You pursue things that are not clear to others.
Abnormal.
Yes. It is a protested journey.
Wow.
There is a lot of resistance that comes with it. It is costly because you have to do a lot of sacrifices, personal investment into a particular cause. Yes, the cost. And then it is dangerous. Financial cost. And I can illustrate this. After God had restored me in prison and told me to go back to my post as a watchman, when we came out, I had undertaken and promised him that I was going to build an altar, because that's what he had asked me to do. For 36 months, every single month between 2016 and 2019, actually until COVID, 2020, I was on the road going to Rochelle with my friends who would go to pray with me, to do all sorts of things. And that was financial cost. There was time cost. There was a commitment cost. At times you are involved in something that people do not really appreciate.
2016 to 2020.
Every single month.
would drive to
who
Rishere.
would
Now,
drive.
for context, those who don't know much about Uganda, from Kampala, where Alice stays, to Rishere, it should be about
70 something
kilometers. So that's a journey of almost 600 kilometers to and fro. So you should do that every month for about 4 years.
And during that time, I saw God move. I can give testimonies. If I start giving testimonies, we may not finish. But I can pick on 2 or 3 things that I saw that the Lord did. Number one, we used, I think there was high-level witchcraft that had surpassed certain dimensions. There were snakes, maybe as long as 7 feet. The same snake would come and stand at the gate of our farm. And you come, pass it, go do your things, come back and find it after 3 hours.
Oh, did you smash it?
Kill it. The following day you find exactly the same snake. We used to have birds that would carry feces, dog feces from wherever, bones, dry bones, rubbish, and bring them to the balcony of the house. That place used to have strange occurrences, especially, at night. We used to have things that would hit the roofs. We used to have a terrible fear and heaviness. You are at home and you feel like, I can't stay here, I'm scared, I want to go. And then snakes that were littered all over the compound. As we continued to pray and seek God and do land cleansing, all that vanished. It's even a time, I think, there was a place where snakes, my mom, to use the words of my mom, she used to tell me that snakes inhabited a particular anthill near our corral. And at times they would get out and start playing.
Sun time, the sun is out, let's do some games.
They would, yes.
They
would start playing. So that's how, and I can talk of several other things.
Snakes playing like kids of a god.
and then the other testimony I can give is when we came out, I think we were dealing with trauma of prison and whatnot. We descended into terrible divisions as a family, and there was a clamor to sell the land. And I went and prayed to God, and He told me, that is your inheritance, you shall not sell it. I told them, they continued to clamor. So God told me, walk through the land, make a covenant with the land, speak to the potential buyers, never to attempt to come and buy this land. And I warned them in prayers, and I spoke to the land to reject any potential buyer. And that land up to now, it is there, and we are developing it. It's about 120 acres. The last testimony I can talk about was, I will not describe who this person is, but she was connected to our home, and she was married to our home, and she wanted, when the murder happened, she went away, and now after prison she wanted to come back, but she was deeply involved in witchcraft. And I remember at that time...
part of the accusers, or?
Yes, part of the accusers. And I remember at that time I went and prayed to God. And God spoke to me and said that what you say is what I will do. What do you want? And I remember I went and said, God, let this land reject her because she defiled it. And if she dares to come and enter this land, if this land allows her to enter, let it either open its mouth and swallow her or vomit her out. And indeed she came. She came that evening. My mom called me and she was crying, saying, I can't live with a witch. As soon as she entered the home, I'm informed, she got so scared. She left very early in the morning. The next day. Before the sun.
That's vomiting.
It vomited her.
I'd rather vomit than swallowing me.
Yeah. And I realized that I have the authority as a Kinsman Redeemer, as a point of contact of God in the family. I have a stake, and I can legislate, and I can pass rules and laws and regulations, and I can and I can set boundaries, and I have seen the boundaries I have set. Today, if I'm to document, I actually, with my book, which is going to be released, God was prompting me that as soon as that comes out, I need to talk about the healing journey immediately after prison, and then I need to also write about restoration. So those testimonies, I will just pull them out in the subsequent books that will follow the one I'm writing. And so the journey, you have to dare. You have to face life-threatening situations.
Like those snakes.
Like those snakes and other things. And there is a character in the Bible that I love, and this is Prophet Elijah. So when I came out of prison and I started praying, God started revealing things and my assignment concerning the family. And he kept telling me, Alice, what you say is what I will do. Every challenge that I would take to him, he would ask me, so for you, what do you say?
Wow.
What do you say?
You're my point of contact. I can't do nothing without you availing yourself.
What do you say?
And then,
yes, and then I realized that that's how he dealt with Elijah. And actually, I love that character because it formed a lot of what I became after prison. At his word, it rained. At his word, it stopped. And it's like it is him who had to repair. It's him who had to restore people back to their God, to show them that this is the way you need to take. And so he kept telling me, you are my priest in this home. Tell me what you want to see. And Pastor Anton, I must tell you that I have seen so many things happening. I may not articulate all of them right now and finish them, but I know that there is a lot that happens. And what should we expect as Kinsman Redeemer?
Let me just interject you right there. You're talking about legislation, swallowing, vomiting. Some it's just more like a third dimension spiritual knowledge and understanding, because I know there are quite a number of viewers here who will say, well, if I'm saved, God is playing in the background. He's playing all of these kind of things. I just have to trust him to do that. But I hear you talking about driving to this place every month for 4 years, then talking about swallow legislation. That sounds real spiritual lingua right there, some language. And how did you get your training? Where did you get all of this? Was this a part of the training in prison?
It was largely part of the training in prison, because it was during the time in prison I read the Bibles I have never read before, and I started seeing different characters in the Bible, the kind of authority they took, the kind of positions they held in society, the relationship they had with the Lord. And I got to learn that. Then also when I came out, I joined the Living Word Assembly. I believe it is a church that spits fire. It spits fire. It dwells a lot on the Word. Under the mentorship of Pastor Benjamin Berichuku. We were trained more into spiritual warfare, and taking stands without fear. Yeah, so that informed me in respect to what I was doing. Yeah.
Okay. Please continue with your Kinsman journey.
Yeah. I know you might want to ask, what should the Kinsman Redeemer expect? Expectations, and I would like to say that you, as a Kinsman Redeemer, it is important to expect to know or to identify yourself as a gatekeeper. If you are a gatekeeper, we normally despise our gatekeepers that we have in our homes, but they play a very important role. As a gatekeeper, you determine what enters and what goes out. And I can give an example, another testimony. One of the maids we were arrested and detained with at home stayed with my mom, and during my so many journeys, I went home and my mom told me that she wants to leave. And I told her, release her. She said, when she leaves, this home will, collapse because we depend on her. I told her, leave her. We tried to talk her to, to abandon the journey of leaving. She had stayed with her for 20 years. She refused. But that particular night, I went with the intercessors I had gone with to the gate of our family, of our home. And they told me to lead prayers. I knelt and I started making proclamations against more bloodshed, against murders, against abrupt death. And I told God, let these gates open and let everyone that is not wanted here leave. And let everyone that must come enter through these gates. And I made a lot of declarations that night. We left on Sunday. On Monday, that girl packed her belongings and left. A month later, she did an abortion and died in the most horrifying manner in another place. It had him. Yes, she was pregnant. I don't know to be honest. Okay. But she committed an abortion, and it had to involve a police case. Imagine this is maybe 2 years after prison. For the police to come back to our home, it would have been a terrible situation. They would have maybe thought that we were behind her murder. Or maybe that she knew something and we were, we wanted to get rid of it.
That's why I was asking whether it was 8 months. My head was like she gave birth. No, it's she aborted. So she could even abort a 3 months pregnancy or 2. So
the police had even to come to our home to get more details about her origin and what not, how she left. And I remember my mom called me and said, whatever you will tell me, I will obey. And she was like, from today, this experience, whatever you will tell me, I will do. Imagine if this girl died here.
That was possible.
Yes, and if I'm to pick the testimonies, they are numerous and countless. But I realized that night, through the prayers we made, we opened the gate to allow the exit of wrong things from happening. And, and then we allowed the right things to enter. And so, as a gatekeeper, you determine, as a Kinsman Redeemer, you determine what enters and what exists. The other thing that I can talk about is the authority you carry. I kept talking about which word do you proclaim. God is always looking out to see our words that we take to Him in prayer. He's always looking out to see what authority are we taking over certain situations. He's always looking out for our stand against certain circumstances. And when He finds you firm, then He does it. If He does not find you in your post, then there is a gap.
That's why the enemy uses that gap. And the Bible said, don't give him a foothold.
Yes. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about the expectation of a Kinsman Redeemer's position. You don't eat the ordinary food. You eat the food of angels.
Fed by ravens.
Fed by ravens.
Imagine.
You eat food that takes you 40 days without any other food. It is the angels that give you that food. And what food is this? The food of courage.
Courage.
You take that food, it gives you courage, it pushes you a mile because you have tasks to accomplish. You have a Jehu to anoint. You have, and that Jehu is the one who is going to contend with Ahab.
To confront,
and Jezebel.
To confront.
You have an Elisha to anoint who has to carry the mantle. Because with God you don't leave a gap. Like for example, if I die today, who takes on next?
Exactly.
And I believe that during the many times I have engaged with my family, there are people who I believe can take it up. Because some of them have now are beginning to embrace the whole idea of standing up for the family and its legacy. And not everybody is on board, but I believe there are those that can stand even when I'm not. And so the other thing that a Kinsman Redeemer does is repair and restoration.
I like that. Repair
and restoration. And you will
allow
me time to give a testimony about you.
Okay.
Yes, and of the same.
Okay.
After so many years of praying and all that, I joined Intercessors for Uganda in 2023. And during that time, I got to learn about the prayer school. And when I joined the prayer school, I found you talking about redeeming the land. And I remember in that class 4. Yes, I approached you and your team, and I felt that you taught things that I had not practiced, that I needed to add to what I had been doing. And I remember at that time you graciously allowed and came with your team, you visited our home, we did a lot of prayers. And for the first, and for the first time, I got to learn that actually the baby is amazing. It does not have, there is no situation that the baby does not have. Yes, I got to learn for the first time that the baby has a provision of dealing with unresolved murder. And the prayers we did during that time, resolving the murders that were not resolved, repentance, and all that. And actually, when you left, a lot of things started happening. I can give you two quick testimonies that we have not been developmental, I should say, at a familial level. We have been developmental in our personal levels, individual levels. So immediately we started building. As I speak, one building has now been completed, another one is coming up, and the place is now being inhabited, which was not the case in the past. So there are those doors that Kinsman Redeemer has to open. Yes, and I can also talk about the people who we had lost the knowledge of their whereabouts. They are now, they have been found. They are back in the fold. There is one who died and resurrected again through an accident that he got, and several others. I cannot exhaust, but
all of this in the book. We are looking forward to this book.
Yes. So I believe that a Kinsman Redeemer carries a different voice, not the one spoken by the bloodline.
But they could be contrary, actually. The bloodline may be speaking a certain thing, but God is using you to align. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now, I will just come, I mean, I know we're about to end. You see, there are so many people out there, and I know some are watching this and hearing this Kinsman thing. Probably I've been a Kinsman Redeemer, but running from the job. Because there are so many things that are happening in my family, and I seem to be more advantaged, if I'm to use that word. So could that be one of the reasons or one of the signs that someone is a Kinsman Redeemer and they also have a burden? I mean, there's something on them that you see, there's something I need to do with for my family. I have a bit of more advantage, probably through education, through exposure, through networks. But somehow they are playing the backstage. What advice do you give such people?
Me, I think it is the advice I can give is that it is time they took up the front stage and started acting. Because one thing actually that makes me do what I do for my family is one, that in future there is no reoccurrence of things that we have suffered. So I keep telling myself, if I don't do it now, then my children will have to bear it in future. You may have to carry the burden in future.
The things you didn't do.
Yes.
It's them to do them. So more like you're mortgaging.
Yes, you're mortgaging, and you imagine if I don't resolve the bloodshed issues now,
Think about that.
give it maybe, maybe 50 years from now, it can reoccur.
Yeah, because the earth records.
Yes, it records.
The earth records. The Bible is so full of those illustrations.
Yes.
The earth records, the heaven witnesses. Those are the only two witnesses that don't change.
Yes.
The heaven and earth.
Yes.
So
don't
even
leave
if it's
the
50 years
baggage.
later, so you're leaving actually the baggage. Wow. So you've heard our viewers. You are very responsible. You may not have been the victim. Okay, you probably could be a victim, but you may not have been the one accused or the one responsible for all that's going on in your family. But the fact that you know much, the fact that you're watching this clip, the fact that you have special gifts, the fact that you have certain advantages over the others. You don't have to be a pastor, you don't have to be anything. God can use you as a point of contact. So what is that thing that you need to wake up to and say, I need to do something about it? And I've also known there are some people who lead from behind. They call it leading from the second, There's that person who has a certain character and personality. You use them and say, you know what, my brother, I might not be the one with that voice, but I'm going to give you the support that you need so that we align our family. I believe that's what our salvation is supposed to do, especially in our families. Please, before you do your closing shots, carry on with that, what you want to say.
I just wanted to say that being a Kinsman Redeemer or a gatekeeper for that matter, you don't associate it only with burdens alone. It also comes with a blessing. And I can tell you that I have seen God bless me.
But the fact that you stood in that.
The moment you stand, He blesses you with resources to do His work, with connections, with clarity, with everything you want. He will provide it for you to do it because it is His purpose that you do it.
Wow, that's very critical and very important. You are a Kinsman Redeemer. There are certain burdens you carry, but they come with them blessings, open doors, and opportunities. Alice, I've enjoyed this conversation and I've learned a lot personally. I'd like you to give your closing parts, closing shots I know we'll have you another time. I know there's going to be feedback on this. They want to hear about this and that as your book is coming through. But even before you come, how would you want to close this?
I want to close by saying, Tolekawo mawolo, don't leave leftovers.
Okay.
Please, if there are issues in your family and you happen to be the one seeing it, kindly take responsibility. God is actually looking for people who take responsibility, for people who can say, let us partner with you, Lord, in this journey, and He will do it. I know that the results may not come easily, instantly. I can tell you I have many testimonies to give, but at the same time I believe that there is a lot the Lord has done, and there is a lot that He's yet to do. And I believe that with time I will come here with the full testimony of what He has done. Yeah. He's in the business of redeeming His people, and He will use us as individuals to do it. Yeah.
Hallelujah. Friends, you have had a wonderful, wonderful time like I have. Okay, I'm speaking on your behalf. And I'd like to say thank you very much, Alice, for sitting down. These are very confidential conversations regarding family. You're out there, your siblings probably are going to watch. I've met some of her wonderful siblings. Yes, like she's mentioned, I've visited this Rishere home, famous home, and a lot of things that God is doing there. And when we are seeing what she's saying, actually she's working on. There are a lot of projects that she's working on. No, time has not allowed us to talk about the prisons ministry, where she wants to train these prisoners to have a transformation, even while they're still in there, that when they come out, they're able to see life in a different way. They're able to be impactful. They're able to be transformers themselves, and all of that. So thank you very much for coming to Shepherd. Thank you, our viewers. Remember to share this message far and wide. Remember to subscribe. Remember to hit the like button, and remember to say God bless you to everybody that you invite to listen to this channel. There's more that's going to come from here. Remember, she's writing a book. We'll let you know. If she allows, we can even bring her here to do a launch, to really give you the steps of how you need to understand the journey that she has scripted in this book. We love you, and we wish you the best of 2026. God richly bless you, and goodbye.